God-level duplication system. Chapter 21. Instant kill. Everyone on the scene looked at Lin Xuan. This time, it was Lin Xuan's turn again. His opponent was one of the four great geniuses, Wu Kaili. Everyone was looking forward to it. Could Lin Xuan win this time? He should be able to display his true strength, right? In the previous matches, Lin Xuan had killed his opponent with a single strike. Everyone wanted to know Lin Xuan's strength. And next, they could see it. Under everyone's gaze, Lin Xuan patted Lin Xian's little hand beside him and stood up. With an indifferent expression, he walked towards the arena. Wu Kaili's expression was solemn, and he stood up and walked towards the arena. Very quickly, the two of them arrived on the arena and looked at each other. Zhang Ping swept his gaze over the two of them, and with a look of anticipation, he announced, "The competition begins." After he finished speaking, he retreated to the side and waited for the next match. Everyone on the scene looked at them. Lin Xuan looked at Wu Kaili's attribute panel. His attribute panel was about the same as Lin Yan's. It was impossible for him to be his match. However, he could use it to earn energy points. Moreover, he should choose a method to ensure that he would be able to earn as much energy points as possible. Lin Xuan began to ponder deeply. Wu Kaili's expression was solemn as he said in a deep voice, "Lin Xuan, I have heard of your situation. Your talent might be stronger than mine, but your cultivation time is not as good as mine. I have already broken through to the enlightenment stage. Therefore, you will fail." Wu Kaili shouted coldly and threw out a punch. Enlightenment stage was his biggest reliance. From beginning to end, he had never seen Lin Xuan display a strength that surpassed body refinement stage. According to the rumors, half a month ago, Lin Xuan was only a body refinement level 7. Therefore, he concluded that Lin Xuan was most likely still a body refinement stage, and had yet to reach the enlightenment stage. Only in this way could he win. Unfortunately, his guess was wrong. And the price he had to pay was that he wouldn't be able to enter the top 3. Jade Shattering Fist. Wu Kaili threw out a punch. Its power was astonishing. Everyone looked at Lin Xuan. They had no idea how Lin Xuan would deal with it. Jade Shattering Fist. Lin Xuan also threw out a punch. Its power was not any weaker than Wu Kaili's punch. Everyone couldn't help but be shocked. Could it be that Lin Xuan had broken through to the enlightenment stage? Wu Kaili had a bad feeling when he saw that Lin Xuan didn't dodge. Even though Lin Xuan was at the peak of the body refinement level 9 and his talent was stronger than his, there was still a huge gap between the body refinement stage and enlightenment stage. He still had a chance of winning. However, if Lin Xuan broke through to the enlightenment stage, he wouldn't dare to imagine what would happen next. However, at this moment, he had no choice but to face it. Under the gazes of everyone present, the two fists collided. A sound rang out. Then, the two of them hit each other. Lin Xuan only trembled slightly before he stood still on the spot. In the next moment, a shrill cry was heard. Wu Kaili flew out and landed below the arena. Everyone looked at this scene and didn't say anything. Everyone stared at Lin Xuan, full of shock and disbelief. After a while, someone gradually reacted. The entire arena was in an uproar. Am I seeing things? One of the four great geniuses, Wu Kaili, was sent flying by Lin Xuan with a single punch. Lin Xuan is too strong. He has definitely broken through to the enlightenment stage. Everyone was discussing amongst themselves. They looked at Lin Xuan, and their hearts were filled with shock. Lin Xuan was the #1 genius of Green Jade City. Wu Kaili was only one of the original four great geniuses. He had been surpassed by Lin Xuan. In terms of talent, Lin Xuan was stronger. Therefore, many people guessed that it was very likely that Lin Xuan would win in this competition. They didn't guess wrong. But they had never thought of it. The competition ended very quickly. It didn't end up like the last time, where it lasted for a very long time, with one side winning slightly. It was after the two of them exchanged a punch that Lin Xuan instantly defeated Wu Kaili. It was a completely one-sided battle. It seemed like the two of them were not on the same level at all. It was as if the elders were teaching the younger generation. This result was too shocking. They couldn't believe it for a long time. Even though they had regained their rationality, the shock in the depths of their hearts still hadn't recovered in the slightest. On the square below the arena, Wu Kaili's right arm was bent strangely. It was obvious that his arm had broken. Wu Kaili could feel the intense pain coming from his right arm. He could not help but shout out loud. He looked at Lin Xuan in the arena, and he was also very shocked. He couldn't believe this result. He originally thought that after he broke through to the Enlightenment realm, he would be able to fight Lin Xuan. The chances of him winning were not small. However, reality gave him a heavy blow. Not only did he not win, but he was also defeated by Lin Xuan with a single punch. The huge gap between them made him feel as if he was in a dream. He could not believe it at all. However, the pain coming from his right arm reminded him. This was a fact that happened before his eyes. No matter how unwilling he was, he had to believe it. Lin Xuan has definitely broken through to the Enlightenment stage, Wu Kaili said in a low voice. Only by breaking through to the Enlightenment stage would Lin Xuan be able to defeat him. But when he thought of this, he was even more shocked. Putting aside the fact that Lin Xuan had only used half a month's time to break through to the Enlightenment stage, his cultivation speed was really frightening. Looking at their combat strength, they were both at the early Enlightenment stage, and they had just broken through not long ago. When the two of them were fighting, he was actually no match for Lin Xuan. He was defeated by Lin Xuan with a single punch. This meant that Lin Xuan's talent had far surpassed his. Lin Xuan's talent had even exceeded his imagination. In an instant, Wu Kaili was completely shocked. It was only when he was carried down by the city lord's mansion's medical staff on a stretcher that he reacted. However, he could only smile bitterly. On the surrounding high platforms, all the higher-ups of the major powers were stunned by the scene in front of them. When the crowd began to clamor, they gradually regained their rationality. In an instant, they were endlessly shocked. The way they looked at Lin Xuan changed once again. If they had only heard of Lin Xuan's strength before, now, they had witnessed Lin Xuan's strength with their own eyes. The fact that it happened in front of them was obvious. This meant that Lin Xuan was the true #1 genius of Green Jade City. Furthermore, Lin Xuan was more talented than the rumored him. Even Wu Kaili, who was one of the 4 great geniuses of the Green Jade City, was no match for him. One could imagine Lin Xuan's strength.